Collapsed building in the recent time has been reported to be one of the major challenges facing building environment in Nigeria. Many have met their untimely death, while millions of naira has been lost. This was as a result of increase in the activities of quacks, parading themselves as professional builders in the building process. All this while, in a view to find a lasting solution to the reoccurrence of building collapse in our society at large, and ensuring professionals are only handling all segments of building constructions, the Nigerian Institute of Building has set aside a day, March 13, every year to commemorate the Builders' Day in the country. As part of activities lined up to celebrate 2021 Day, the Abuja chapter of the Institute organized a press conference to sensitize the general public and create media awareness on the need to engage professional builders and ensure builders are specialists in all building process with the intention to put an end to building collapse. Speaking at the press conference, the chairman, FCT chapter of the Institute, Builder Omali Peter Hame, enjoined the members of the Institute and other sister bodies to respect the ethic of profession and act to the tenet of the best practice in building industry. He maintained that the aim of the Institute for this year was to ensure that only registered builders had the professionals handling all construction activities in Nigeria.
However, because of sharp practices in the industry and also quacks having their way into the built environment space, these accidents happen. We are using the Builders' Day to sensitize the public on the need to embrace best practices, to ensure that in every of their building endeavors, once they are going into a real estate endeavor, make sure you engage a registered builder. If we must build right, if we must build well, it is very important that we engage registered builders in every building project across the nation.
It therefore calls on the government institutions, especially the executive and legislative arms, to expedite actions for the passage and signing to law the National Building Code in order to have regulatory measures in the building environment.
Also, we are using this as an advocacy to reach out to the National Assembly that the National Building Code is still on their decks. We are appealing to the Minister of Housing, Barrister Raji Fashola, that it is very important for us to have this document passed into law. Let it have the force that is required to give punitive measures when the need arises. We are appealing that the National Building Code be taken as a blood vessel of this country in place. What it means is that the National Building Code will streamline the activities of the built environment. It will streamline every actions that the built environment professionals would be doing. As such, it will close the gate to quackery. It will prevent unwarranted people coming into the built environment space to practice as builders. And also, it will create boundary lines for all professionals in the built environment to take up their responsibilities and stick to it.
We want to use this to draw the attention of the public that if we do the right thing, we will not have building collapse as it is rampant in the nation today. And so it's as a result of the building collapse 2 years ago on the 13th precisely of March at Itafaji in Lagos that the Nigerian building chose it that we will use this day to always remind the public that there are builders in the society, and those builders are specialists that are trained in the science and technology of building production management. That is what we are trained for. And so if you must go into any building production, you need to engage the services of a registered builder to help you do your building production and also guide you through on how to also manage and maintain the building post-construction of the building. So that is why we are using this medium to tell the public that if we want to avoid such incidences from occurring in the future again, then we need to embrace best practices, we need to do what is right, we need to engage registered builders in every of our building endeavors.
Also speaking at the day 2 of the Builders' Day, the President of Nigeria Society of Engineers, Engineer Babagana Mohammed, stressed that determination of our professionals in the building construction was to promote the growth of the industry and collectively address the menace of building collapse in the country. He, however, condemns some practices where a professional in the building environment encroached other professional jobs without being an expert in the field of study. According to him, the practice is an unprofessional and conduct and against the ethic of the building profession in the entirety.
Doing the same thing, advocacy. What we do is to promote the growth of the profession. That's actually what we are doing. So many issues in this country which are not okay, and we need to come up as groups to address these issues. One, key, building collapse. As you heard, when building collapse, the first culprit, we knew in our cycle, the first culprit is a builder. But for outsiders, the first culprit is an engineer. So we need to attack this. Yeah, because lives are involved. We are losing our members. The builder is doing our work. The builder works with the engineers. The builder works with quantity surveyors. So we have now brought in a new understanding between those of us in the building industry that we must work as a team. As he who must keep his brothers must watch our backs for the profession to grow. The profession must grow. So from time immemorial, all these settings were not out. So everybody, as human beings, there is this desire to feel you are everywhere. But everybody knows what he's supposed to do. We all went to school. These things are clearly defined. I had engagement with the quantity surveyors. I had engagement with them, and I told them clearly, now, just take it this way. How can a quantity surveyor cost engineering material for me? How? It's not possible. And I cannot start going to the field and be counting blocks that I want to count this. No, that's not my job. I can do it as an engineer, but it's not my job. I don't do it. That's what's called professionalism. Everybody has his area of expertise, and everybody should be allowed to grow in his area of expertise. That's what we are saying. Now everybody is understanding, and we are telling them as leaders that we must work together. We must work as a team. We must work at one strong front, so that other people cannot encroach into our profession and do what is wrong, and we carry the blames. That's what we are trying to avoid.
For 2021 celebration, the member of the Nigeria Institute of Building paid courtesy visit to some worship center in Abuja as part of public sensitization and medium to extend professional support in the maintenance of those centers. Tolulope Oludayo for News Portal TV.